Hey guys, today I'm coming to you in Luzerne County, Wilkes, Pennsylvania, and we're here to check out a bunch of abandoned homes. They're all on the same block right next to each other, boarded up, condemned, abandoned, and I don't know anything about them. I was actually told about these by Journey with Jay. I guess he happened to be passing by, and from what I could tell, I don't think we could get inside of them, but it's kind of peculiar that they're all sitting here abandoned. I think there's 4 or 5 of them that are all boarded up and abandoned. So we're going to take a walk around the back and front, take a closer look at them, and so if we get lucky, maybe we'll get inside and check them out. If not, then at least we'll have some footage of the outside of them. So come along with me. Okay, so by the looks of it here, these are a bunch of duplexes or multifamily homes. And right from the get-go, it looks like that may be open right there. But the problem is these sit in a very busy residential area. There's homes and businesses all around it, so I'm not going to press my luck too much, but we'll walk around here and check it out. It's heavily overgrown with vines and ivy. You can see the fire escape there. It looks like someone has been here trimming the weeds though. So it has that sign there, which is one of the local colleges. I don't know if these were housing for students or what, but you can actually see, maybe I'll zoom in here, I'll show you. There's actually an exit sign in there. It's kind of strange. I mean, they have a little outdoor patio area and then like a makeshift teepee over there. These are quite large buildings too. I'm guessing probably this building alone here probably held 6 apartments in it. 3 on each side. 3 different levels. I don't know why they're abandoned, but my guess is they're probably owned by the same company or individual, and for one reason or another just are no longer livable. Just by the plywood that's here, I could tell that this has been boarded up for at least a year, if not longer. It's not fresh wood. Those, on the other hand, are a little bit newer. There's a huge bee's nest up there too. It's like the size of a basketball. Satellites have been here a while too. The trees basically engulfing them, growing right around it. Most likely you could get inside somewhere, but not really worth the risk because there's people walking around I saw while I'm here. They were checking me out, seeing what I'm doing. And you can see it is posted, so I don't want to have someone calling the cops on me. I don't know what that is all tarped up there. You know, we'll go up on that little stairwell there. Maybe we could get a peek through the window. Oh, I can smell the moldy, musty smell. And we can't see in there, unfortunately. But I can already smell mold. Look, that's just covered there with the sheet. Could easily get in there if you wanted to. So we do have a basement entrance that is opened. This plywood was just laying here, so I mean, honestly, you could just move it and walk in, but this is just a high visibility area, and people walking and driving around, I'd be afraid of getting caught. So it's not gonna be the most exciting video, I apologize for that, but I still like checking these out. This is someone's, personal possessions. They obviously had some type of garden out here they took care of. And shopping carts, not to speculate, but my buddy J Drone did a video recently, and he said it's spot on that usually when you see shopping carts, it's a good sign of either homeless people or squatters. They usually, carry their personal possessions around in that, and when you see one outside of a home, there's a good chance that you could be living in them. So there's fresh beer cans here. Not fresh, but they look relatively recently put here. That's just so overgrown. That window, it's hard to even tell, but that window right there is open. Can't get into it though, but these have been empty a long time. Surprisingly though, they still have the meters on them. You see, I don't believe they're running. These are the old style meters. New ones are digital. Doesn't look like there's any power going to it. Size of that front porch. So this is a 4-unit house. At least on this side. I think there's meters on the other side as well, but we'll walk around the other side after we check out the rest of the back of it. Look at that, that's cut open, and it's full right to the top of water. So kind of strange. This is also not the best area of Wilkes-Barre, not that there is really a good area, but a lot of people walking around. Got some guy in the parking lot there in an electric wheelchair. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, see, I mean, you could easily get in here if you want to. You'd probably have to come at nighttime. That's like a little tiny door there. Let's see if we get a picture inside here. It's very strange. I have just a puzzle there blocking the window, but you could easily just push that in. Someone's using that to pull the door closed. I almost guarantee that's probably open. I don't want to push too hard. Very strange. Well, just on the outside of the fence here, there's a sign that says market with some type of flag or symbol. I'm not sure what that is in reference to. But this would have been the parking lot area for the houses. just to give you a reference as to how it looks. That's where we just came from. So we're gonna head around the front portion of these houses and check them out from there. No dog dumps. And you can see that it's clearly not even sealed up. They just have a door laying on top of another door. Inside, flea poison. So maybe they had bed bugs or something. Possibility. They do travel house to house when they're in close proximity. So we have 3 more meters here, so that's a total of 7 for this particular structure. Very large house, or building, multi-family house, you know what I mean. Still got the flag hanging on the porch too. And you can see the porch is actually starting to, the porch roof starting to rot away. So the funny thing is, like I mentioned, this 4 or 5 buildings on this side of the street are condemned and abandoned. The ones across the street are active and livable, so I don't know what happened here. By the river, Kayan Haka Mohawk Nation. I don't know what that is. Okay, so got a notice there. Check out, see what it says. So no entry. Has the address there. It says dangerous, unsafe building. That could mean anything. So that's where we just were. The next one to it boarded up pretty well. Again, this might be either duplex or a 6-family home. It's hard to tell. They are nice looking buildings though, nice houses. This roof is falling down pretty badly. Okay, so I was just talking to that gentleman, and he said he hasn't lived here all that long, only close to a year, but from what he told me, these have been abandoned since he got here. He believes at one point these were student housing for the colleges, but he said now they're actually more or less condos for homeless people. He said he always sees homeless people going in and out, and no one's really looking after these buildings. But this one caught my attention more so than the others because it has, as you can see, potted flowers on the porch here, and it has some, looks like maybe like a small memorial there. So I'm gonna get up and get a closer look, but the porch is in bad shape, so I'm not gonna go too far. But I was right though with my assumption that, you know, the shopping cart is a telltale sign, and that from what he's seen all summer, homeless people have been coming in and out, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of them were, you know, coming in to do drugs. So let's see if we get a closer look up here. This porch is, these columns are rotting right away. It's weird that this stuff is like put on the plywood. Let's see if we can look through the window here. Jeez, it's like still furnished in there. I mean, that's like still fairly intact. You can see some rot there on the ceiling, but yeah, it's not in bad shape. Now the porch is a whole nother story, but look at, they got even like a little power wheels there. This one, I can almost guarantee there's someone living in here because the door is pushed open and someone could easily just crawl right behind there. This one says keep out sacred site. So I don't know if someone was murdered here or something. So it's patrolled by the Luzerne County Sheriffs. And again, you could easily get inside if you wanted to. There is a padlock there that's busted off the hinge. So here's the fourth house, and the one that's in the best condition. This one looks like it was recently boarded up. Got some kind of notice here on the door. How you doing? So those two people just came up to me and they asked if I own these buildings, which I don't. But they said they've heard rumors that there's some individual that's kind of looking after these properties somewhat, and their plans are to turn it into living area or housing for seniors or elderly people, like low income, I guess. But I guess he's trying to raise money somehow. I don't see how or what he's doing to raise the money, but he's got a uphill battle to make that dream a reality, because as you can see, these places are for the most part in pretty bad shape, even though they're still structurally intact. You know, I smelled mold on the inside, windows are all broken, this porch is probably going to collapse under a heavy snowfall, and they confirmed as well that homeless people are living here. So it wouldn't be very safe for me to go in here by myself, because I almost guarantee we would encounter someone. And I have nothing against homeless people. You know, I know they're doing what they can to survive, but you know, they're also looking out for their well-being, and they don't want to, you know, have an encounter with a stranger, I'm sure. So I don't want to, you know, put myself or put them in that type of predicament. The other thing that's kind of strange too is while I was on the porch of that house where the truck is, a woman kind of came walking out from between the houses, kind of startled me. I don't know where she came from, but she saw me, she acknowledged me that she saw me, but she came walking from back there, so I don't know. It was a little bit strange. But I think that's going to do it for now. I don't want to hang around here too much longer, causing any attention to myself, but definitely interesting. They are beautiful homes. You could tell, you know, with the architecture up there, they were probably very nice back in the day when they were being taken care of. But unfortunately, I don't have much more information than what I shared with you. Again, it was from what the signs I've seen and what I talked to those couple of people that were walking around. These were at one point former housing, student housing for the college. And I think after that became, you know, I guess normal apartments for people to rent, and just basically became in an unlivable condition. So I'd imagine that unless someone was to purchase this or come up with some funding, they're most likely going to tear them down. And it's a shame, because especially like keeping this building here, it is very nice, you know, architecture on it. I don't know much about the terminology, but I just can appreciate, you know, the way these look with the columns and everything, and the railings and banisters and the large porches. It's just really nice homes, you know, even though they are multifamily homes. These could even be converted into large single-family homes, which would be considered like a mansion with how large it would be. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the look at these 4 abandoned houses here in Wilkes, Pennsylvania. It's unfortunate we couldn't go inside, although we could have. It wasn't in my best interest to do so. From what I've learned by not only walking around but talking to a few of the locals here, they basically said these are condos for homeless people, that there's people coming and going all day every day, and it could be homeless people, squatters, people doing drugs. Not sure, you know, who they are, what they're doing. I'm not one to judge. You know, I know people fall in hard times and they need a place to stay, which is fine. But as you know, when you live somewhere and someone that you don't know comes to your place, you're going to be defensive and try to protect yourself and protect your home. So even though they don't belong here any more than I do, I'm not one to say they can't be here. I'd rather them be inside at least under a roof than living on a sidewalk. So I had to use my best judgment, and it wasn't a good idea to go in there by myself. I can almost guarantee, at least in one of these houses, there's someone in there right now, just based on what I've seen. And like the plywood right there, it's just laying against the door. You could easily lift it right up, walk right in, and I'm sure that's how these people are getting inside. And even though I do have a weapon on me, it's just not a good idea. I don't know how many people are inside, what I may or may not encounter, but I just have to use my best judgment. So if you're disappointed that I didn't go inside, I completely understand, but it's not often that this happens. But again, I'm not in a good neighborhood. I've had people the whole time I've been here watching me, staring at me. Some of them have came up to me and approached me, asked me what I'm doing, and they were polite and friendly and, you know, provided a little bit of information I shared with you earlier. But again, it's not really my best interest to go inside. And I actually have, I'm not going to show it right now, but there actually is a cop car sitting across the street watching me right now. But yeah, I got a policeman right there watching me, I think. So I'm not going to stay here too much longer. I think I've overstayed my welcome. But anyways, what I was saying is these places look like they're filled with furniture, personal possessions, and those are the type of places I like to find because it tells a story about the people that used to live there, whether it was college students or personal families. I'm not really sure, but I may have to save it for a future time, maybe in the winter time, to try and come back and check these out again. But so in the meantime, if you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And lastly, if you're new to my channel and like to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.